this whole time. Oh, there it is. All right, it's live. Excellent. Welcome, everybody. Hello, I am Steve Hofstetter, and joined here by Alex Skuby. I think most people would know you as an actor. I know
Yeah,
you as an advocate.
yeah,
Um, so
anarchist.
yeah, anarchist.
Yeah, apparently, I guess. I mean, that's what they. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, anarchist, socialist, communist, fascist,
Yeah,
whatever ignorant people are using as the go-to insult. That's what we
uh-huh.
are. So yeah,
That
it's
is
fun.
correct.
Yeah, I saw someone just the other day post something about how Mamdani is going to bring socialism and communism to New York, and I was like, how
Ah,
would he do
so
both at once?
I can't.
How?
I can't. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't, man, Steve. I can't. Like, I get so all day. Like my wife and I. My wife, she's an actress too, and it's like we just sit. We don't work. There's not been a lot of work lately, and we just sit there and we just kind of look at each other like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's you know.
yeah. It sucks because I can't, but I have to, which
Yeah.
is the worst part of it. But something that I really appreciate that you're doing is there are a lot of people who have had success in entertainment who
Mhm.
are keeping their mouths shut.
Mm.
And I don't know if it's a combination, it could be a combination of a couple things. It could be fear that, of repercussions, whether it's work or personally.
Mhm.
There are a lot of reasons that people would do that, but I think that they're all cowardly. They're
Well, I'll tell you. So, one of my friends is Kathy Griffin, and we were at her house the other day, and she got
Yeah,
drugged through the mud, with the headless thing. And she's finally kind of come back and she's doing her tour and she's finally speaking out about this because everyone should. Our friend Kathy Lee Grahn, she just won an Emmy the other night, daytime Emmy. She's on General Hospital and her speech was phenomenal. Like she's like, we have to stand up to this. We have to stand up now. Like, and the fact that there aren't more A-list celebrities doing it is I think it's twofold. I think it's one, they're fucking cowards, and two, they don't want to lose their fan base.
yeah.
So it's extremely selfish, and it comes from a weak state of mind, man. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, right?
Yeah, there is something that I will fault the left for,
Mm,
which is Taylor Swift is a great example. Taylor Swift is someone who has time and time again risked her money and her fame in order to advance progressive causes.
mhm.
She loudly came out against Marsha Blackburn. And she fought her own people to do so. She fought her own family to do so.
Yeah,
She loudly came out against Trump. She registered more progressive voters than any non-political operative I can think
yeah,
of.
amazing.
And there are still people coming at her now being like, oh, but she's MAGA now because she referenced black and white in a song. And it's like, and not in that context. Or they're like, oh, that lightning bolt is clearly a Nazi symbol. And like I just look at people like that and I'm just like,
Yeah,
how much of a purity test do you need someone to pass? How big of an
I
ally
know.
do you need to alienate in order to, because there have got to be people. I do agree with you that it's cowardice for a lot of people in entertainment to not be
Yeah.
speaking out. But also there's got to be people who are looking at people coming for Taylor Swift for not speaking out enough.
Mhm.
And suddenly they're calling her a MAGA and a Nazi and just being like, all right, well, I'll stay out of the fray and avoid that entirely. So I think there is an element of blame on our side as well.
Yeah, it's funny, man. It's like as soon as this all started. So I mean, as soon as this all started, this was like 10 years ago for me. And it
Yeah.
was I grew up in Jersey. So I even at a young age, man, I used to hear my family owned this restaurant on the beach in Belmar, New Jersey, and we were there early in the mornings, and I used to hear people talking about this disgusting shitbag in New York, this real estate guy, and so I would hear these stories. He was a young kid. So anyway, cut to 10 years ago, and this dude who I know is a drug addict. And I don't fault people for wearing diapers, if they're incontinent, but he's shit his diapers constantly, and just the phallic not paying his people that worked for him, and just the being a racist and all this stuff. And in 2015, when this dude came on to the stage, I went, "This is a joke.
Yeah.
This can't be real." And slowly, I was like, "Oh my god, like this could really happen." And then it did. And my brain just melted, man, like, just melted. Because when you know enough about someone, I don't know him personally, but
Yeah.
enough, you know, to see that he is just a fucking shitbag of a human being. And
Yeah.
the fact that he had this ability to con the whatever percentage of the people voted for him was, mind-blowing. And then I say this all the time to my wife. This is 10 years of mental abuse from our government. And you said you
Yeah.
faulted the libs for something, and I'm gonna tell you something right now, and I said this the other day. I said, you know, "I blame the libs for the position that we're in right now because they did not fight fire with fire. They played old school politics that
Yeah.
they knew wasn't working,
Yeah.
and yet they stuck with it to be the good guy, and here we are. And here
Yeah.
we are."
They're so obsessed with, not breaking the norms that have already been shattered.
Yeah.
And not breaking the rules is one thing, not breaking the norms is stupid. But two things on what you said. One, so we're probably around the same age.
Yeah.
I grew up
52.
in
I'm
uh,
52.
40. Yeah, I'm 46. So
Young guy.
I grew up. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you were. You would have just graduated when I got into college.
Yeah.
So I grew up in New York City,
Mhm.
and I have very similar memories of knowing he was a shitbag back then.
Mhm.
I think I was 9 when the Center Park Five storming
Oh,
happened.
fuck, yeah. Yeah.
And as someone from a mixed family, as a child, I knew this guy's a shithead.
Mhm.
And it was something where no one in the tri-state area was surprised at all about any of his behavior because we're
Of
like, yeah,
course.
we've been saying this about this con man for decades.
Mhm.
And the other thing is, I do think that, I do think that the left is to blame for some things.
Mhm.
One, we are a circular firing squad, absolutely.
Yeah.
But two, I don't like Gavin Newsom, but I am thrilled that he's finally speaking to them in their own language.
Mhm. Me too.
And the idea that watching after the inauguration, after we see Musk sig heil at the inauguration,
Jeez. Yeah.
to watch the official, I think it was the official Democrat account on Twitter, or it was either that or it might have actually been Hakeem Jeffries himself,
Mhm.
posted something like, "They're for Wall Street, we're for Main Street." And I was like, are you listening to anything that's going on? Is that how you're still talking? You are still writing late 1970s political slogans
Yeah.
instead of actually speaking to people. And I like the best thing that we had in the Harris Walz campaign was calling them weird
Yeah.
because it got under their
Oh,
skin.
yeah, they hated it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Loved it,
And
yeah.
also, they're real weird.
They're
But
fucking bizarre, man.
oh my God,
Dude.
the
Trump's your
people.
daddy. Like,
Oh
what?
my God.
No
Yeah.
kidding. Like, man,
Why are
how
you
many
calling him a
comments a day do you get from these shitbags that they're just like this is their big thing to me. You're bald.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You fucking got me. You know what I mean? Like, just stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I have had them coming after me about being a no matter how many tickets I sell, I'm still a
Mhm.
failed comedian.
Of
It
course.
doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're just playing these basement bars." And I'm like, "I headlined the Sydney Opera House. How not in reality do you live?
Oh,
Like,
dude.
you can get me on a number of things, but you can't
Yeah.
get me on that." You
Yeah.
know? And like the people of like, oh, it's because he's not popular anymore. And I just like do a little screenshot of like a million followers on Facebook.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
because they don't need to live in reality. And that goes back
Yeah.
to something else you were saying, the idea of like knowing he's a shithead.
Mhm.
There was a comedian a while back that had a terribly racist joke.
Mhm.
It was the idea, and this is his opening joke. I was running a comedy club. He submits this footage, and his opening joke is, "We have a lot of black squirrels in my neighborhood, and that's why people are afraid of getting mugged." It is clearly
Mhm.
it's racist, it's
Yeah.
hacky, it's
Yeah.
stupid,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
it's so awful.
and it's not funny.
Yeah, it's not funny at all.
Yeah.
And so like we, politely, "Oh, no, thanks, we're not interested."
Yeah.
And he asks why. And still politely, I go, "Well, a lot of our patrons are black, and I don't think they would like that
Yeah.
joke." And, I wanted to be like, "'Cause you're a bigot, you dumb fuck."
Yeah.
But instead, I tried to be as nice as possible about it. And then he wrote this missive, this just awfully nasty message about how he always knew I was terrible and blah, 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 which of course is like, why do you want to work with me then? But
Yeah.
anyway, the point of that story is that I was sitting there going, why would anyone want to work with this shithead?
Yeah.
And then one by one, when I see who else he's working with, I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, they're also shitheads.
Yeah.
They
Of
want to
course.
work with him because they agree with him.
Of
And
course.
and the reason, like, there are some people I think that Trump has tricked. Like, there are people who are easy marks, but
Mhm.
also I think a lot of people are just happy that he's as
Yeah.
shitty as they are.
You know what? I knew you were going there with this. I gotta tell you, man, it is so alarming to now know how many racist, vile people are in this country. It is
Yeah,
absolutely horrifying, you know? And the fucked up thing is I did a video the other day where it's like, how did you feel when you realized that your mother or father or brother, sister, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, whoever the fuck, who's someone close to you, loves it, loves this shit?
yeah.
Because I've gotten rid of a few people in my life because I was like, "What the f no way, come on, man. Tell me, no, don't I don't talk, I mean, we don't even talk to him, man." One of them is my father. I haven't talked to my father in 7 fucking years.
Oh,
Yeah, dude,
that
fuck, man. No, I can't, man. It's horrible. It's crazy. It's fucking
yeah,
nuts.
that breaks my heart. I
Yeah,
am I am lucky in that I was raised in a very progressive family.
good.
And, I have a sister who was like a Bush supporter, but not like, that's the
Yeah.
furthest right anyone in my family got.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And with that, we had enough arguments over it.
Yeah,
But that's something where like I can disagree. I can disagree on policy all day.
of
I
course.
cannot disagree on humanity. I can't,
No.
that's not a debate for me. And
Where are you right now? Are you in
I live in Charlotte.
okay, you're in Charlotte. Alright.
Yeah.
Do you get any of the ice out there? Do you guys get a lot of like, videos and
So
stuff?
we haven't really, and I think part of it is, there was that terrible incident that happened on the train that was, a very isolated
Yeah,
incident that Trump tried to turn into something more. But for the most part, people don't realize how blue Charlotte is. And
yeah,
so because it's surrounded by red.
of course.
And so because of that, we're a little bit under the radar. And in fact, there are, and I don't even want to be specific about it,
Mhm,
there are multiple places here
mhm.
where I'm shocked there hasn't been an ICE raid yet, because it's
Yeah,
obviously a big immigrant community, and it is, thankfully, I haven't really had to deal with it yet personally.
yeah.
Are you in LA?
I'm in LA, yeah, and, it's I have not now I'm out and about a lot, I have things I do. I have not seen up close this happening, but I have seen so many videos just from friends that will send me, "Dude, look, I just fucking found this is what I'm watching right now."
Yeah.
And I can't describe to you the anger and hatred and violence I feel towards it, right?
Yeah.
And I can't so my question is, and maybe you can answer this, in your own way, when is it time for us to stand up, um, not with our mouths,
Yeah.
but physically? Do you see what I'm saying? I don't wanna say
I
what you know what I mean?
I
Like, I don't wanna
no, I
say what
know
I wanna say.
I know what you're
You know what I'm
saying, and
talking about?
it's something where, like, I feel that too, and it's difficult because there comes a certain point where when pushed too far, you have to stand up that way, and it's something
Yeah.
where I think it was one of the most salient points of Handmaid's Tale, the idea that,
Mhm.
like, people were just kind of being like, "No, this isn't really happening. Come on, this isn't really happening."
Yeah.
And, and then, of course, it happens.
Yeah.
I think that I look, we're 2 weeks from an election,
Mhm.
and we're 2 weeks from an election where there aren't a lot of big elections taking place in it,
Yeah.
but there is a bellwether mayoral race,
Mhm.
in New York. There's also a pretty big mayoral race in Minneapolis where
Yeah.
we will
Yeah.
see if, Omar Fateh, who has been an incredible state senator, is running against an establishment Democrat candidate, who is incumbent, who has failed time and time again to do
Yeah.
good work. And so we'll see how much the progressives get behind something like that. Um, Also, Virginia governor race is a big one
Yeah, that's a big
be-
one.
because that can not only flip back, but it can flip back in a landslide.
Yeah.
And so I am very curious to see. I don't want us to have to rebuild institutions from the ground up. I am
No.
I don't think, and even the idiots on the right who are like, "Yeah, civil war." It's like, you don't want a civil war. You want to be able to go to Denny's, you moron. You don't want to fight in the
Yeah.
streets. You want to be able, you want your Wi-Fi to work. There are a lot of things that you haven't
Yeah.
considered about that.
Well, we like our creature comforts, man, and
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons this is still happening is because Americans are comfortable. They like their McDonald's drive-throughs, they like their Netflix, they like their fucking Hulu, they like to know, it's like but so we're so complacent, and our complacency may be the thing that kills us in the end. Now, I wanna say this real quick.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm 52. I don't think that in my lifetime, I will see the end of this. I don't think I'll see the whatever's next because we can't go back to a normal typical government. You know what I mean? We can't go back to just Democratic, Republican, and everything's good now. And we're going to try to fix something has got to change big. And
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to see it, which is so weird to
Well,
say it.
I understand what you're saying, but the thing that gives me hope is Germany. Because Germany in less than a generation went from fascist to pacifist.
Yeah.
It is possible. Also, what gives me hope is watching the opposite. When I see footage of 1950s Baghdad,
Yeah.
that looks like any European city today,
Yeah.
of what it was then. And so seeing that and realizing how quickly societies can flip, it's
Yeah.
scary because, up until now, progress has been undefeated.
Yeah.
But it takes steps back sometimes. The question is, how far of a step back is this? What I am hoping for, and this is the optimist in me, is if we find a way out, there needs to be enough of a reckoning. It's not just a question of rolling things back. It's, rolling back the garbage that has happened in the last year and some of the stuff that wasn't even rolled back yet in Biden's
Yeah.
administration. It's also a question of safeguards. It's everything from, they call it packing the court, but really it's maintaining the judicial standard that was set when the Supreme Court originally went to 9 justices. It was
Yeah.
one for each, I believe it was one for each circuit court, which would be like 27 now.
Yeah.
Um, it is getting rid of the electoral college. It
Oh,
is,
gotta get rid of that. Fuck yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it is making Senate representation more proportional. It is the idea that the Dakotas have as much power in the Senate
yeah.
as Texas and California
So
combined
so ridiculous.
is preposterous.
Yeah, it is.
It is installing safeguards to prevent redistricting based on ridiculous some weird duck-shaped district in Ohio that allowed
Yeah.
Jim Jordan to have any power.
Jesus.
There needs to be so much of that. And I see that Mo's in the chat. Hi, Mo. Um,
Is she? Oh, hi,
so
honey.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, which is great. Mo's your wife, and
Yeah.
her work is awesome. But
Yes.
anyway, I kind of want to go back to the original question in this, and I was intending on only doing 20 minutes. This is a great conversation. I want to do
Yeah.
half hour.
Fine.
Um, so I think that entertainment,
Mhm.
especially people who aren't just breaking in,
Yeah.
for people who already have an established track record, who already have contacts,
Mhm.
entertainment is the easiest industry to speak out in right now.
Yeah.
It is overwhelmingly progressive.
Mhm.
The way the internet works now is we're kind of in charge of our own careers.
Of course.
And that is something that I am flabbergasted that more of our colleagues aren't shooting their mouths off right now.
Look, I've done videos on it. I've literally said, and some of them did really well, where I said,
Yeah,
"Look, I'm my big thing that I was on like the King of Queens 20 years ago, and like this stuff, just guest stars and recurrings and stuff. I'm not, there are people out there that got a huge career going that could easily stand up and say this isn't right. You need to stand up. You need to voice your opinion. You need to, all that stuff. I think that they won't, because I think that their pockets are more important and they don't want to lose the ego of a giant fan base. So a lot of these people that we talk about, and I've met a lot of them and I've been
yeah,
around a lot of them, they are some of them being very nice. They are also highly ego driven. And for them to think that they said something political uh, that would drive away their fan base would
yeah,
be devastating to them, and their agents would be against it, and the studios would be against it. Look, I was up for a role a couple weeks ago, a great role on a series, and they were checking my avail, and it was shot in Vancouver, and I was like, if they go to my social media,
yeah,
I could easily lose this job. Now, I didn't get the job, and I don't know why I didn't get the job, but part of me thinks that every single thing that I read for or have a meeting for, um, if they look at my social media, I'm not going to get that part because I like to curse. I like to say horrible things about these fucking cunts. I like it. It's cathartic.
yeah,
So, but I'm willing to forego a fucking role on some fucking series, you know, if it means that I'm speaking out and doing the right fucking thing. Now, these people we're talking about, they are hundreds of millions of dollars already set, already made. They got their houses and their cars. Do you know what I mean? They got nothing to fucking, they got nannies and fucking, whatever. They got nothing to fucking worry about. So for them to step up and say something, the studios will get over it. They'll still
yeah,
hire them. So, again, I don't know, man. It's just a weakness. It's got to be a weakness, man.
yeah. I mean, when it comes to when it comes to A-list people,
Mhm.
studios have overlooked terrible criminal charges.
Oh my
They're
god.
able to overlook some social media. And when I look at it from a stand-up perspective,
Mhm.
like my tickets are selling better than they ever have,
That's great.
despite the industry being down 20% across the board. I
Yeah.
talk to comedy clubs all the time that are saying like, so many people don't sell tickets anymore. And I think what these cowards don't realize
Yeah.
is that there's a huge audience of us.
Yeah.
And your brand will suffer in the short term
Yeah.
and it will gain in the long term because you will be rewarded for being authentic. You will
Yeah.
be rewarded for having something to say that people believe in. And
Yeah.
if you are so worried about if you standing up to fascism damages your brand,
Yeah.
what the fuck is your
That's
brand?
what I'm fucking saying, man. It's like if standing up to Nazis like hurts your career or your pocketbook, it's like what the so look, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm with you. A billion percent. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. And again, it's like But I see, once in a while I'll see like, okay, so like Mark Ruffalo, he said something the other day. Like he said
Yeah,
a thing. Now I don't know if he's continued to say it or if that was the only whatever, but it was kind of a little milk toast. You know what I mean? Like he didn't really he said it, but he didn't really say it. It was just kind of
yeah.
like middle ground. And I'm like, dude, fucking say it.
Well, I will defend Mark in that he has said a lot. He is one of the
Okay,
people who
good.
has said a
Good.
lot.
Good.
And amazingly enough, a lot of the Avengers have. I'm happy with a lot of the Avengers.
I'm with the Avengers,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, Chris Evans has spoken up too.
Yeah, yeah.
There are people who are doing, and I want to be clear to anyone watching this. There are people who have been speaking out a ton, and that's wonderful. There are,
Yeah, like Stallone.
and yeah, and well, there's people I'm not as familiar with Stallone's social media, but
Yeah, well, he's a Trumper.
yeah. Oh, I did not know that,
Yeah,
but
it's yeah.
I guess you get hit in the head enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people who are fighting the good fight, and
Yeah.
and I mean, it's everyone from like Rosie O'Donnell to Carrie Elways. Like there are people out there, but
I love Rosie, she's great, man.
yeah, for the people who are watching this who aren't in entertainment,
Yeah.
I want to make sure to say anyone can do this if you want to make this your focus. If you're worried about losing a job that you hate, or you're worried about, well, you're going to lose a job anyway because the government's closed, or etc.
Yeah.
When you look at people like Adam Mockler or Harry Sisson, those are self-made political pundits who are in their early 20s,
Mhm.
and they exist because they were relentless about putting out content that fought the good fight and people related to. And I think that there are a lot of people out there being like, well, what can I do? It's like, well, you can be relentless. That's what you can do.
Yeah. Well, that's I mean, we are. I mean, we're being
Yeah.
relentless. I mean, I put out 2, 3 videos a day, and then I'll put like at night, I'll put a meme like, "Fuck these Nazi cunts." But, it's I gotta tell you something cool. So, at Kathy's house the other day for lunch,
Yeah.
Justin Jones was there from Tennessee, the rep from Tennessee.
Yeah.
It was awesome to fucking talk with that dude, man. And he's,
He's great.
he got his mic shut off. He pulled out a bullhorn, like, I mean, he's great, and he's a great dude. Just
Yeah.
really nice to talk to. But he had some interesting points too, where um, the Dems kind of played it safe, and and they're older, so we have these older. That's the other thing that we didn't touch on, and I know we're running out of time, but the older crowd has got to kind of go, man. We
Yeah.
need young blood. Do you know what I mean? We need young
Yeah.
blood.
We need blood that's currently circulating. The like I don't want to sit here and I want to make sure people understand
Yeah.
no one's being ageist when they're saying that.
No, no.
What in the same way that like it's not ageist to make sure that you can't run for president until you're 35. That's not
Yeah.
ageist against young people. There are requirements. And I think it is important. I'm in favor of term limits in every branch of
Of
government.
course, of
I don't
course.
think there should be any lifetime appointments
No,
whatsoever. You need
no.
to earn your job just like any other job.
Like your driver's
Um,
license, man. Like you got, like when you get older, you got to take the test again. Like, well,
yeah, we need to make sure. And there are some people in their 70s and 80s who are so with it and so on it, and that's great. And the average person in their 80s is dead.
it's just
That's
not funny,
statistical.
but it's kind of funny.
It's true. The average person in their 80s is no longer with us.
I got about 20 years left. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, depends how you live your life and how much
Yeah,
stress we're
well, I
going
got about
through.
20 years left.
But the average, like, I think there needs to be, and we look at Trump's cognitive test of,
Mm.
man, woman, person, camera, TV, which how is that a cognitive test when I can remember it offhand from something he said 2 years ago or however long ago it was.
It's
But because clearly that's not the test. He just looked around and saw what was in
he
front of him.
just saw things.
Yeah, but there needs to be term limits. And when you look at Chuck Grassley, and you look at like something is wrong in his life that he still wants that job.
Yeah, man, of course. Yeah,
Like,
come on, dude.
I am currently looking at retiring by 60. I'm, like, making financial plans and everything
Yeah,
and
good.
yeah, would I still do some stand-up here and there? Absolutely.
Yeah,
The same way that if you've been a senator for 40 years, you
yeah.
can, still do advocacy, and you can still give policy speeches, and you could stump for other candidates, and you can still be involved in a way that you wanna be involved. But the idea that I would have to hate my family so much to wanna go to
Well,
work in
maybe
my
he
90s.
does, man, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
He
maybe
does.
well, if his family is like him.
Yeah.
But now look, some of these people are still running to stay out of jail, I understand that.
Oh, Donald
But
Trump? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, but the idea that Chuck Grassley's first presidential election when he was old enough to vote, I think was Adlai Stevenson, like, that's real. That's real. You can't if like and I know that I'm having trouble finding the words, but right now,
Yeah,
the same people who look at like Gen Z or Gen Alpha or whoever's doing like the whole like 6, 7 thing and being like, what are these
yeah,
dumb kids talking about? I
yeah.
can't. But also, you're going to make policy for those same people?
Ah,
No, absolutely not. They are so out of touch.
yeah, out of touch is the main word, man. Out
Yeah,
of touch. That's
yeah.
it.
I also think, and this might be a little more radical, is okay. I grew up poor. I grew up, and not like I was never starving, but I was
Mhm.
hungry.
Yeah,
I had a limited amount to, for my lunch money and school subsidized lunches and all that stuff.
yeah.
I don't remember what that was like at all because I'm so far removed from it right now.
Mhm. Yeah,
Like, my career is successful enough that I don't remember what it was like to be drowning in debt. I don't remember what it was like to decide what I was going to eat based on whether or not I could afford to pay for it.
yeah.
And I'm someone who grew up that way. So when someone comes into this that grew up fucking rich, I'm not
Mhm.
talking about comfortable, I'm talking about fucking rich,
Rich.
then how is it possible? How is it possible that they can understand what people are going through?
Well, they don't. I mean, Donald Trump said that groceries was like an old term. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
that alone right there, man. I mean, you look, the thing what you're talking about right now is exactly this point. How about this? We got people living in trailer parks. We got people living in Ford F-150s, dude,
yeah,
living in them that can't afford shit. They can't afford pants, new shoes, they can't afford a loaf of bread, and they will go to their grave defending this con man billionaire now. Because how
yeah.
much has he made since he took office? I mean, his fucking kid, that kid, that 6'7", that Lurch dude, he made like what $150 million on a Bitcoin gig like a week ago. Like
Yeah,
right before it took off, he put in like $30 million and made 150 million. Like these people have no fucking clue. But it's the same exact thing as these old white geezer shitbags telling women what to do with their bodies. It's the
yeah,
same thing. The money, the bodies, it's all the same.
yeah. My wife is pregnant right now, and
Oh,
seeing
congrats. That's
seeing
great, man.
thank you, and
Yeah.
seeing what she is going through, and the
Mhm.
idea that any of us have any say in that is so ridiculous.
It's fucking
Like,
ridiculous.
yeah, I think we should have say in it once we can get pregnant. But
Yeah.
with that aside, because I mean, we got to do another one of these because I got to wrap
Yeah.
up. It's fun talking to you, man.
Let's do it. You too, man. I'll do it.
But the idea of getting people to vote against their own best interests,
Mhm.
and it is fear mongering.
Yeah.
It's basically monetizing bigotry.
Mhm.
Um, it is it is convincing. The first time I saw it was 2004 when people were, and I had a bit about this for a while, but I was driving through northern rural Kentucky
Mhm.
during the election
Mhm.
and watching, or I think it was like, yeah, on election day, and watching like some of the exit polls come in, And I was at this gas station and they were talking about outlawing gay marriage. And this is,
Mm,
when states started doing that. And this guy was like thrilled that that it was going to happen in Kentucky.
yeah.
And all I wanted to say to him is, how many weeks have you heard about gay marriage? This was not an issue for you.
Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
not, and he's sitting there going, it's about damn time. And it's like, no,
But
someone scared you.
yeah,
You are in northern rural Kentucky. You do not know gay people getting married here. They are
no, but
not in your
there?
circle.
Yeah.
And yet, it was the most important thing for you in this election. And it's monetizing hate like that that causes people who are, living paycheck to paycheck or not even making it between paychecks to vote for billionaires to get tax breaks because they hate the same people they hate.
But Steve, we are talking about people
Yeah.
who are extremely small-minded and highly uneducated, and they also most likely have not left the town they grew up in. They have, probably 0 artistic capability. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They are not, I mean, to just base is they're not very smart, and when we have to deal with people like this on a regular basis, because that same dude is probably still there, unless he died of like a fucking meth overdose. He's still there doing this
God.
shit for Trump, right? He's still
Yeah.
doing this shit for Trump. And these are the people that are coming into our DMs, into our content, and they're spewing off this shit. I mean, most of the comments I get are so fucking dumb. And I used to try to converse with them. I used to be like, "Hey, so what do you like about it?" But, and then I got to a point where I said, "No, fuck it. I'm just gonna block them." So I started blocking them, but then I kept getting them. So you know what I do now? Do you
Yeah.
know what I do now, Steve?
What?
I literally, if they say something like, "Trump's your daddy," I will respond and I'll say this: "You're a maggot, piece of trash, Nazi cunt. Go fuck yourself."
God.
And I do it all the fucking time because I can't handle it. I'm like, fuck it. Like, these people are stupid. I'm just gonna treat them like the shit bags they are. Like, that's
Uh,
where I'm at.
Alex has reached his breaking point, everybody.
Fuck.
I do want to add something to that though. There are also people that are brainwashed by a litany of lies. The people who
Of
have
course.
never been outside of their town but are convinced that Portland's on fire.
Mhm.
Who have, who live in a crime-ridden red area that
Mhm.
is convinced that Chicago is the most dangerous place in the world, when it's not even the most dangerous city in Illinois.
Yeah.
The the people who, they get shown lies constantly. They get shown It's the people who swear that all the No Kings footage was fake because the trees are green, even though you can live stream a camera into any city right now
Yeah.
and see that the trees are still fucking green.
Ah.
But and meanwhile, they're crowing about do your own research, but
Yeah.
they have systematically defunded education to the point where part of me is at the point where you are, where I just want to be like, shut up, asshole.
Yeah.
And there's also part of me that my heart breaks because I'm just like, if you've spent the last 2 decades being fed a steady stream of lies, how the fuck are you going to know what's real? It's Machiavellian.
Yeah, but that's where you have to get out of your fucking dumb head and open your fucking eyes and
Yeah.
Google works. Like, you can literally, like, do you have a friend that doesn't live like in like near your dive bar in fucking podunk nowhere? It's like, have them take a picture, like send it to you. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to be so fucking stupid.
All right. Well, before your head explodes, I
Thanks,
want to
Steve.
thank you. I want to thank you for your time, and we got to do
Thank
another
you.
one of these. You're a
Yeah,
delight to speak to,
this was fun,
and
man.
yeah, and I for those who are watching right now, I know Alex's social media is big, but he's kind of new to Substack. So
I
if
am. I
if you
am.
follow me on Substack, please go follow Alex on Substack. Mo, thanks for chatting in the comments, much appreciated. Go follow her as well.
Yes.
And one of the things that and I tell everyone when I do these lives, Substack's the best. It
I love
is
Substack.
it
I love it.
is, the community is super supportive,
Mhm.
and there seems to be, yeah, there are assholes on here too, like there are everywhere. There are assholes in every walk of life,
Not like
but
Instagram, not like that. I mean,
yeah, and definitely not like Facebook.
yeah, Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, Facebook is, you may as well be, an angry neighborhood watch group.
Yeah.
Like Facebook is the internet's HOA, but
Yeah.
yeah, Substack is, because it started with the written word,
Mhm.
even though, you can do lives and images and everything on it now. I think it's just more of a community of people who don't just want to hear their opinion regurgitated, but want to
Yeah,
engage with others. And I think
yeah.
that that's wonderful. So
Right.
I'll post this. I'll post this on my Substack and also on my YouTube, and some clips of it in the coming months. And thanks
Yeah,
everybody for watching. And thanks for speaking out. And you know, it is true that anyone in this day and age can reach people.
we can all do
And
it.
yeah, you don't need us. Become the next us.
Yeah,
Do
do it.
your own thing, and don't shut up.
Yeah, just
All right.
fucking do it.
Yeah, agreed. All right, thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Steve.
Bye, everybody.
See you, man.